Hello and welcome to the October/November Coffee Lovers Box. The Coffee Lovers Box is all about you discovering what really great coffee tastes like. Each month, I pick out 3 coffees that are delighting my senses and I package them all into the Coffee Lovers Box. In the box, you'll receive one 4-ounce bag of each of the coffees from 3 different coffee roasters that are local to me here in Seattle, Washington. Before I take you quickly through each of the coffees, I want you to be aware that there is a time limit to order. If you're on the order page for the Coffee Lovers Box, you'll see a timer, and you have until that timer hits 0 to place your order. At that time, I'll have all the coffee roasted and all the Coffee Lovers boxes packaged and shipped together. And I do this to make sure that you receive the coffee at its freshest possible. For the October-November Coffee Lovers Box, you have until November 3rd. That's Friday, November 3rd, 11:59 p.m. Pacific time. It's when orders will close. You have until then to order your Coffee Lovers Box. Now, in this video, I'm going to quickly walk through each of the coffees. I'm just going to tell you about them, but I'm going to have individual videos for the coffees for this month. Also, before we dive in, a quick note on the packaging and how I describe the coffee. So you'll notice on each of these that at the bottom here is the roaster and the name of the coffee and the roaster's description, and at the top is how I'm naming the coffee and my description. Now, when I describe and name coffees, I try to come up with a taste that kind of encapsulates the whole experience of drinking the coffee. Now, coffee is a really complex thing, and it can taste like almost anything that we have tasted before. And so what you'll notice most often on coffee is you'll see what are called tasting notes. These are like flavors that you can find in the coffee, and that's a perfectly fine way of going about doing it. I try to come up with kind of a more compound experience because when I drink coffee, yeah, I can point out different flavors, but I'll also generally have an overall sense of what the coffee is like. So just be noted that there is nothing in these coffees but coffee themselves. This is not flavored coffee. This is just coffee, really good coffee roasted. And yes, it does taste like these things. And that's one of the most awesome things about really great coffee. So let's dive in. First, we have from Conduit Coffee, the Costa Rica Hacienda Sonora, or as I call it, chocolate caramels. Now, the Costa Rica Sonora is a pretty fun coffee to have. I'm going to go into depth on that in the video itself, but Conduit has been having this coffee for a couple of years now. We've actually featured a story on Hacienda Sonora in the magazine before. I call this chocolate caramels because it has this really sugary, sweet element to it. There's a lot of chocolate. And there's this caramel, sometimes even butterscotch flavor that's going through the coffee. It also has an intriguing juiciness and almost a fruit-like element to it. But again, I'll go more in depth on that in the video on the Costa Rica. Next, we have a new roaster for the Coffee Lovers Box. This is Hart Coffee, H-A-R-T. This is a local roaster in Seattle. Easily could call him a micro roaster. He roasts on a really tiny roaster in a really small room. But he's a great guy and he's doing some really awesome work. I'm excited to show you what he's doing. First, we have Hart Coffee's Voyager Blend, and I call this chocolate covered almonds. This is one of those coffees that you can just drink every day. You can drink every day, you can have it first thing in the morning, and it's just a really darn good tasting coffee. It's a fantastic example of really great coffee that doesn't have to be intense or crazy. It's chocolatey, and it has this kind of toasty nuttiness to it as well. That's really quite nice. And lastly, we have from Anchorhead Coffee, the Ethiopia Hambella. Now, in the video on this, you'll find me going a little nuts about it because this coffee is just knock your socks off kind of tasting coffee like you've never had before. I call it strawberry milkshake because it tastes like a strawberry milkshake. There's no other way to put it. Really strong, ripe, sweet strawberries. It's got a creaminess and sweetness to it that is just astounding. It's one of those coffees that'll make you think differently about what coffee can taste like. So it's a really awesome experience to have. So that makes up the coffees and the roasters for this month's Coffee Lovers Box. You have, again, until November 3rd, Friday, November 3rd, 11:59 Pacific time to place your order. After that point, you'll no longer be able to order this Coffee Lovers Box. All the coffee will be roasted. All the boxes will be packed and shipped the following week. A single Coffee Lovers Box is $22, and there's free shipping to U.S. addresses. And you can subscribe and save a little bit at $20 a month. If you're on the order page, please do be sure to place your order before that timer hits 0. If you're watching this video elsewhere, you'll find a link below the video. If you have any questions, you can email me, joseph@coffeeloversmag.com. If you're on the order page, in the lower right-hand corner, you'll see a little chat box. Hit that chat box, and you'll be able to ask me any questions that you have about coffee or this Coffee Lovers Box. Thank you for watching, and go place your order.